The banning of TikTok is backfiring big time because Westerners are now seeing the real China. Hey guys, I'm BeeRose in China and I have been living in China for about 6 years now. And today I am going to tell you what is RedNote, why are Americans calling themselves TikTok refugees, and why has this app become #1 in the App Store all around the world. First, what is RedNote? RedNote is its own entity. It is not owned by anyone else, unlike TikTok, who is owned by ByteDance. RedNote was funded by Alibaba and Tencent, though. The app has been built for Chinese speakers, and it has a lot of intellectuals on it. A lot of people on there really want to teach you things. They want to give tutorials, how-tos, show how to style things, how to cook, and more. It's like if Pinterest, Instagram, and Reddit had a baby, this would be the app, the love child of those three. It is a fabulous app because I feel like there's a lot of young people on there. I would say that most people on the app are born after 1980 or so. And also, most of the people on there are super nice. When I go on Instagram or even Douyin, which is China's version of TikTok, people can leave really, really mean comments, but people on RedNote are super, super friendly. So why are Americans just now flocking to the app? Because it has been available on the American App Store for quite some time. I am sure most of you guys have heard that TikTok is facing a potential ban starting January 19th to protect national security. And Americans are just not okay with this at all. So, in an act of rebellion, people have flocked to the next Chinese apps that they could find on the App Store. Those being RedNote, which is now #1 on the App Store, and then Lemon8, which is now #2 on the App Store. And guess what? Lemon8 is also owned by ByteDance, who owns TikTok. The banning of TikTok will displace about 170 million users. That's a crazy amount of people. And these users don't want to go to Instagram or Meta or Facebook because they are very unhappy with all of those platforms. So they have flocked to RedNote, and they are now calling themselves TikTok refugees. And even on the app, that is a trending hashtag. The media in the West tries to paint China in a very negative light. They like to show China as being poor, undeveloped, and just overall inferior to the West. This image is being completely shattered now that Westerners are able to talk to real Chinese people. I've seen posts where Americans are asking to see the streets of China, or asking people what their healthcare is like, or how their quality of life is, and Americans and Westerners are totally shocked. They can't believe what they are seeing. They are seeing highly developed cities. They are seeing people who are so happy and carefree. They are seeing streets at night that are safe. These are things they never dreamt of seeing about China. It's wild. And one of the funniest things that has happened due to this, that the Western media has tried to suppress, is that China has a 10-day visa-free option where you can come into the country with just your passport if you are within like one of the 50 countries. I think maybe they added more. But yeah, you can come here visa-free and travel to your heart's delight. It is amazing news. Westerners didn't know about this before, but now, due to the banning of TikTok and them coming on RedNote, they are finding out about this. And perhaps you are a little bit hesitant to come to China because you have heard of a new virus called HMPV. I am here to tell you that is not true. It is not a new virus. It's not overtaking the population of Chinese people. It's not anything like COVID. It has been around for a long time, and also it's not unique to China. If you want to travel to China, you should get your passport ready and come. I speak on behalf of all the Chinese people here. We are waiting for you with open arms. Here are my personal thoughts on what will happen. I think one of 3 things will happen. The first option being they split the apps, just like TikTok. There was a TikTok for the West, and there was a Douyin for China. This will keep the apps totally separate, and Westerners and Chinese people will no longer have that connection. 2, they will split the app, but internally. So Western IPs can only see other Western IPs, and Chinese IPs can only see other Chinese IPs. This might work, but I think that if Chinese people are living abroad, this will hurt them because they want to see Chinese content while they're living abroad, but if they have a Western IP, they won't be able to. So I think this option is not that likely. And 3, this is the option that I personally want to happen. They keep us all together, but they install translation functions so that Chinese people can translate the English comments and the English speakers can translate the Chinese comments. This is the first app since the building of the GFW that directly connects Westerners with Chinese people. It is literally insane in the best way. I really think that we have a lot to teach one another about who we are, where we live, and our cultures. I hope that we can coexist on the app peacefully and they let us do so. I do think that the app will require foreigners to input their passport or some form of ID because that's what is regular in China. That's what you have to do almost anything. And I'm not sure if Americans will be totally comfortable with that. I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah, I really hope option 3 happens. And I do have to say that the reason that IDs are required for all apps is to keep people safe. China is all about keeping people safe and offering them this form of freedom. And if you're interested in me talking more on this subject, you should check out my other video. This video is a little different than what I usually make. So if you like this kind of content, please let me know in the comments. And if there's something that you would like me to talk more about, let me know. And I will do so, and I will try to make these videos better quality. Right now, I am just throwing this together because this is huge news, and I want to talk to you guys and let you know what's going on and how I feel about things personally. So yeah, if you like this video, like it. Please leave a comment. Just let me know your thoughts on everything. And if you support what we do on this channel, subscribe, please, please, please. I have a really exciting video coming out about freedoms in China, so be sure to check that out when it comes out. All right, guys, until next time. 再见.